At nearly 2,000 metres above sea level, life isn't easy in the village of Usake. For the Ik people of Uganda who live here, maize grown on the slopes is one of their only sources of food. In the 1950s, they lost access to the lowlands where they used to hunt. Their language is only spoken, so people here have no written record of what happened, and Ariko Lenata is the only person old enough in the village to remember.
The white man came and told us that we were destroying their animals. They slashed our crops and we had to move from one place to the next, until we ended up here.
It was British colonialists who displaced the Ik people to make a hunting reserve. That, along with raids by neighbouring groups of armed cattle herders, pushed them further up into the mountains, into ever more difficult conditions. Mountains are home to 12% of the world's population, most of them in developing countries, and most of those people depend on mountain resources for their survival. And for the Ik people, this, a beehive made in a log, is a crucial source of honey. It's a food source and also used to pay bride price, but the traditional hives produce little. These people say they're about to make a lot more. An international charity called Mercy Corps, with a Ugandan honey company, are teaching people from the Ik communities to use modern techniques and equipment.
With these modern hives, you can easily interact with the bees. So the more you interact with the bees, the less aggressive they become and more productive they become.
Policymakers at the World Mountain Forum aim to promote sustainable development for mountain people, and the organisers of this project say it will provide a long-term source of food and income. It's funded by the US government. The district councillor, who represents the Ik people, told us public services will improve since they're now also represented by a member of parliament, but he says there's still a long way to go.
There are no resources. This is the government to provide for us the resources. Otherwise, some well-wishers, government, NGOs, the Ik don't have resources at all. If they are not able to send their children to boarding schools far away from the community.
Primary schools are a long walk from here, secondary schools beyond walking distance. And so it's only from their elders that most children here learn traditions and ways of survival. A survival they hope will get a little easier. Malcolm Webb, Al Jazeera, Usaki in Uganda.